This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Tuesday, December 27th, a very busy travel day.
Well, Apollonio Acento has been arrested by the Nye County Sheriff's Office in relation to 2 dogs that have died from what police say is apparent animal abuse. On Saturday, police received a report of a live dog at the Dead Animal Pit on Mesquite Avenue at Pahrump Valley Disposal. News 25 heard of the sighting, and the family who were on scene attempted to catch the large pit bull mix that was limping away from them. Animal Control came to the scene and captured that female brindle-colored large dog. She was transported to the emergency vet on North Highway 160, extremely dehydrated and in poor condition. She passed away a short time later. News 25 collected monetary pledges for reward money to find the person who had abandoned the dog at this location. Captain David Brokowitz from the Nye County Sheriff's Office received tips from the public. On Sunday, Christmas Day, Apollonio Acento was arrested at his home. Police found another dog in very poor condition at the time of his arrest. That dog was transported to a Las Vegas emergency vet. Brokowitz told News 25 that the dog was in critical condition and had to be humanely euthanized, suffering from antifreeze poisoning. 85-year-old Apollonio Acento has been booked on 2 counts of felony animal abuse. Investigation revealed that Acento took the dog to the dump and abandoned her there to die, and that he also allegedly poisoned his other dog at home.
In tragic local news, one person is severely burned while trying to extinguish a home fire late Monday night.
Around 11 o'clock last evening, we were dispatched a report of a structure fire. The initial report was there were explosions and also that the structure itself was fully involved and that there was a burn victim. So immediately we assigned a crew to make sure that everybody was out of the structure and also what the extent of injuries potentially were. Engine 5 arrived first. Did their scene size up, found in fact the building was fully involved. There was numerous exposures, which meant that there was occupied trailers surrounding the building, which were closely located. And we also determined that all occupants were out of the building. However, we did have one patient sustain significant burn injuries. We added Mercy Air 21 to our assignment. Medic 2 was assigned to patient care and transported that patient to Mercy Air and subsequently flown to trauma. The crews did an outstanding job. It was a long night. But unfortunately, there was this house was occupied by children. We want to make sure everybody was safe, and we quickly controlled the fire with no further extension to those nearby exposures. And the fire is under investigation. We're looking at a probable unintentional cause, possibly related to inappropriate use of a fireplace. We're investigating that further. Red Cross is involved, and Red Cross is providing assistance to the family. They were exposed to fire products, and there was initial information suggesting that they were trying to extinguish a fire and didn't necessarily call 911 immediately. And during that time frame, and ensuring that everybody was both out and in the attempts to extinguish, those burns were sustained. It's unfortunate. As crews were responding, we could obviously see a large body of fire in the reported address. As our crews were there within a few minutes and found that the place was through the roof. It was on fire one end to the other. First of all, don't leave fireplaces unattended. Make sure you have the appropriate screens extinguished, and make sure there's no ordinary combustibles placed around the fireplaces when in use. If there is any kind of event, make sure you call 911 immediately. Doesn't mean you don't have to not try to extinguish it, but do so in a prudent manner. Make sure there's no risks involved. Make sure everybody's safe and accounted for. Get the fire crews on the way. That way we can make sure that we have the best opportunity to help them. Those occupants are still in those structures, and they're safely allowed to use them. The power was secured to the primary dwelling involved in the fire, but their power to those other units was maintained by Valley Electric, so there was really no disruption.
Well, a local man finds himself in jail after what police say was residential burglary.
Sheriff deputies were dispatched to a report of a burglary in progress in Pahrump on December 14th. According to the report, a person called police to say that they witnessed an unknown white male suspect enter a home through a sliding glass door. Sheriff deputies arrived on scene and were able to see the suspect through the front window of the residence. As deputies approached, they made a hand motion for the suspect to come outside and walk towards them. The male, later identified as Mackenzie Ross, refused and instead walked away from the home and out of sight. One officer went to the backyard and saw Ross running away. The deputy then gave a verbal command to stop, at which time he complied. Ross reportedly told police that he was there to visit his uncle who used to live at the home and that he was hungry and wanted food. He allegedly admitted to entering the vacant home through the glass door and admitted he was not supposed to be inside, but he was just hungry and wanted food. Mackenzie Ross was arrested and is facing charges of first-degree residential burglary and was transported to the Nye County Detention Center.
And another area man is arrested for several charges, including theft of a vehicle.
Authorities arrest a local man on multiple charges on Christmas Eve. In the early morning of December 24th of this year, Nye County deputies observed a red Ford pickup truck weaving on the roadway on Kellogg Road in Pahrump. Officers initiated a traffic stop of the vehicle and made contact with the driver, later identified as Daniel Sandquist. In the officer's declaration of arrest, Sandquist allegedly had no driver's license, proof of insurance, and an expired registration with switched license plates on the vehicle. Deputies state Sandquist gave officers false information to avoid receiving a citation or going to jail. Sandquist was subsequently arrested and transported to the Nye County Detention Center for the alleged charges of possession of stolen vehicle, obtained used person, identification of another, obstructing justice, fraud, and assault.
And stay tuned. We have the latest news on all those thousands of people stranded at airports across the country. Southwest Airlines and others, their updates after the break.
Watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, inmates got a special visit over the holiday from the Big Elf himself.
Inmates at the Nye County Detention Center gets a special visitor on Christmas Day. Even if they are spending time for their alleged crimes, that doesn't mean Santa forgot about them. Santa made a special stop after parking his reindeers on the roof of the jail to spread Christmas cheers and even brought carolers to the facility. Inmates and detention staff were able to see Santa and were treated to Christmas music with carolers.
The Holiday Task Force serves nearly 800 people on Christmas Eve. Linda Wright gives us all those details.
Today was a fantastic Christmas Eve dinner here at the Coalition. I believe we served almost 800 meals. I'll know later once we tabulate everything. But it was constant flow of people coming in. It was wonderful. I had Santa here. I had one of our commissioners, Leo Blendo, and his wife was here. I had Matt Sadler here and his wife. It was fantastic. And Skisensky was here. And it's just a great day. Robin from the newspaper was here earlier. Now I have Deanna. It's just a great day. We had ham and sweet potatoes and corn and rolls and pie for dessert. Yes, we had coats and knit caps, and we had a church donated little boxes that they put together of toiletries and other little items to give to anybody that was in need. The entertainment was put on by Johnny V, our local Elvis impersonator, and also Advance America gave us color pages for everybody to color. And I want to put a shout out to Saddle West for all the pies and all the wonderful people that put business cards on our placemats. It's just been a wonderful day, and I want to put a shout out, Merry Christmas to everybody. Give me a call at 775-419-7857 if you want to join our committee or just volunteer for the upcoming Easter event the day before Easter in the park at Petra Park.
Well, the BLM is asking for the public to give their input on a solar project happening on Pahrumph's south side.
Bureau of Land Management has extended the public comment period for the Copper Ray Solar Project until January 13, 2023. You can find more info at blm.gov.
For Southern Nevada District Office projects, I'll start with the update about Copper Ray Solar. Copper Ray Solar Project is proposed on 5,050 acres of BLM managed land in Nye County in the Pahrump Valley area. BLM completed the initial review for that application in March of 2022. After soliciting input from the public, local, federal, state agencies, and tribes, and carefully reviewing all the information that was submitted during that process. And the determination was made to continue processing the application and initiate an environmental review as part of the continued processing of the application. BLM formally initiated that process in November of this year by publishing the Notice of Intent to prepare an environmental impact statement for the proposed Copper Ray Solar Project application. That initiated a 45-day public scoping period. The Nye County sent a letter requesting extension of that comment period. And so in response to the county's request as well as other people's requests, we did extend that comment period through January 13th. And so hopefully that will provide sufficient time for anyone that would like to participate or submit feedback, comments, as part of that scoping process to do so and be able to participate in that process.
All right, so we're all square. Jurisdictional approval has to be had, and we have already stated that we will not support this project. Why do we keep going? Why are we moving forward with a notice of intent? Why are we taking more public comment? Why doesn't this thing just die?
Ongoing flight delays continue for Southwest Airlines. Southwest says almost all of Wednesday's flights are canceled. This after a winter storm pummeled many parts of the country. Most airlines quickly bounced back from those delays and cancellations, but not Southwest Airlines, which days later is still struggling from what executives and analysts describe as its biggest operational meltdown in its 5-decade history. The bad weather coming a few days before Christmas hit the airline harder than the rest of the industry because of Southwest's inadequate computer systems that made it hard for Southwest to get crews to waiting planes and put passengers on alternate flights, and Southwest's flight model that allows problems at one airport to then cascade to others. Thousands of travelers are stranded at airports, and many say Southwest did little or nothing to get them to their destinations. Southwest canceled more than 2,900 flights on Monday, then scrapped about 2,500 each day for the next 2 days. That's more than 60% of its scheduled, and said it could take days to fully restore normal operations for Southwest Airlines. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here at News 25.
Watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, Clark County emergency managers are encouraging residents to make emergency preparedness their New Year's resolution. They recommend 2 free apps to help people prepare for emergencies. Both can be downloaded from the Apple Store or Google Play. The Southern Nevada Community Preparedness app offers resources to help family create personalized emergency preparedness plans and disaster supply kits. Additionally, the public can also sign up to receive alerts via text or email through the community notification system called Code Red. Key steps to be prepared are make a plan, build a kit, and be informed. For more information, you can find this notice on the KPVM TV's Facebook page.
Well, one of my favorite restaurants in all of Las Vegas is now an historic site. The Las Vegas City Council voted to designate John Muell's Meats and Roadkill Grill Cafe as an historic site on the City of Las Vegas Historic Property Registry. 2 buildings on the famous barbecue restaurant's locale located on the property were constructed back in 1953. John Muell's Meats is located at 3730 Tom Boulevard near Rancho and Cheyenne. And in addition to meal service and catering, they also process game meats and have the best barbecue in the entire state.
Yeah, they didn't give the pictures that we had of us going there. We always
but
go
I
with
love
too
it,
much
and I
fun.
brought you some today.
See, there you go. Thank you so much. Well, there is an interesting way to celebrate an anniversary with the person you love, and that is to renew your vows, and that's exactly what you can do with Forever Las Vegas.
This celebration of love is the largest vow renewal festival in the world. In March of 2023, couples gather from all around the world to renew their vows. This 3-day extravaganza will take place at the Caesars Forum, located in their newest conference center with the 2 largest pillarless ballrooms in the world. This event celebrates Clark County's 5th millionth wedding license since the county was founded in 1909. These love stories have made Las Vegas the love capital of the world. With tickets starting at $350, your package can include the ceremony and celebration and 2 different viewing parties you can attend, though the Redo Your I Do Diamond package also includes hotel accommodations. Additional Las Vegas experience add-ons can be purchased as well. Forever Las Vegas is sponsored by the Clark County Clerk's Office, who oversees the Marriage License Bureau. With a portion of the ticket sales going to benefit the Nevada Partnership of Homeless Youth, a nonprofit organization that helps Southern Nevada homeless youth get the help and support that they need. If you would like to participate in this festival, you can visit weddings.vegas. Click on menu and go down to 5 Million Love Stories. There you can find more information and how to book this celebration of love.
And thanks to our amazing student employee, Rory Rosell, for filing that report. She wrote it and edited it herself. Great job, Rory. And in other local news, pets can be a popular gift around the holiday season, but is a new cat or dog the culprit behind your sneezing? Allergist Sandra Hong with Cleveland Clinic explains some of the symptoms that could mean that you are allergic, unfortunately, to your 4-legged friend.
When people get their pets, right away, they get a lot of those acute symptoms. So they could actually get a lot of like itchy eyes and itchy nose and sneezing, and their nose gets really stuffy and they can feel really miserable.
Dr. Hong says people with pet allergies are reacting to proteins found in the animal's fur, skin, urine, and saliva. Any pet can produce allergens, and there is no such thing as a hypoallergenic cat or dog. With this in mind, there are some options to alleviate the symptoms of pet allergies. Dr. Hong recommends keeping pets out of the bedroom and off furniture, especially if it has upholstery. It's also a good idea to put an air filter in rooms where your cat or dog spends a lot of time. As far as cleaning, make sure to vacuum regularly and wipe down hard surfaces with a damp cloth. Dr. Hong says the allergens that cats produce can linger a lot longer when compared to a dog.
What's interesting about cats and dogs are that cats, actually, the protein that we're allergic to, it actually lasts and lingers for a long time. So that protein actually doesn't break down for up to 4 months. So if a family decided to remove a cat from their home environment, or you went over to visit a family with cats, that protein lingers for 4 months.
Although you cannot get rid of pet allergies, Dr. Hong says there are different treatment options for symptoms, including medications and allergy shots.
And I'm wondering if this feature in our Save a Pet is partially hypoallergenic because it's part poodle and part Rottweiler. We're going to introduce you to Miracle.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi everyone, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society at our new location at 3091 North David Avenue off of Bella Vista in the north part of town. And I have with me Miracle. He is what we're calling a Rottie Doodle. His mom was a Rottweiler, dad was a Poodle, and he is going to be a big guy. He's going to be somewhere between 40 to 50 pounds when he's full grown. He is a very sweet man. He's all black. He's got the hair of a Poodle. Nothing looks like a Rottweiler on him. He looks almost a Poodle Terrier mixed. And he's about 18 weeks old. He's a very, very sweet young man. And he is a love. He is just wants to be in your lap. He wants to be around you. He wants to be in your arms. And he wants to be your best friend. So if you're interested in any of our dogs here, he is a puppy. Our puppy adoption rates are $350, which includes his neuter, microchip, all of his vaccinations, and rabies certificate. And he is ready to go home right now. No appointment is necessary. So you're welcome to come in and see him anytime. And his name is Miracle, and he lives up to that reputation. He is a very sweet, loving guy. And again, we're located at 3091 North David at our new location. Our phone number is 775-537-8674. So if you're in the area, please stop on by. We do ask that you be patient with us as we are just moving in. We haven't gotten all of our stuff situated yet, so it is a little chaotic at the moment, but it will all come together after the first of the year. So we look forward to seeing you.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Live weather shot right now. It's very cloudy and it is raining from Blue Diamond all the way into the mountains on the way to Pahrump. Be careful out there on the roads and your weather when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app. Get that on your phone right now. Get a great post-Christmas present for yourself. Hey, let's look at this weather up here, Fernley, Fallon, Carson City. It doesn't seem too bad temperature-wise. 51 degrees, 54 in Fallon, 45 in Carson City, but they've got a wind advisory. They've got all kinds of rain coming at them. There'll be some snow this tomorrow morning. Gross weather conditions if you're heading north. Watch out. Tonopah, 44. You're the cool spot. Congratulations. Goldfield, close behind at 45. Beatty, perfectly wonderful. 60 degrees, 66 out in Amargosa makes you the Hot Spot Award winner. Las Vegas, close behind it, 61. And out in Death Valley, it's just about this perfect day. 74 degrees. Like it. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 59 degrees. That's our current temperature. We got as high as 68 a little bit earlier this afternoon, although that wind sort of cut the joy out at 15 miles per hour out of south-southeast somewhat. The humidity at 30% kind of makes that wind show up in the skin. Like, woo, get a little goose flesh there. Sun rose this morning at 6:53, set this evening at 4:36. Picked up a couple minutes of daylight. That's good news. All right, low tonight at 43 degrees as those winds continue to blow out of the southeast at 13 miles per hour. Humidity up to 68%. You'd think we'd have some rain tomorrow, but they're saying, no, not so much. Clouds for sure. Clouds the next couple, 3 days, and very humid, but we're saving the rain events for Saturday and New Year's Eve. Great night to go do blowing up fireworks without worrying about burning down the neighborhood if we get our way with it. Rain next couple day after that. And as we head into Monday, temperatures starting to relax into the 53 degree zone. Might see a little moisture coming at us on Tuesday also. So a little bit rainy next few days, but just in time for the fireworks. So there you go. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, going to see how that rain pans out.
Yes,
for
be
New Year's
careful on
Eve.
those roadways out there, everyone, from now through the weekend.
All right, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unat Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and 8th Country Radio, thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Good night.